Have you ever set goals for your relationships? Most people don't. We create goals for our businesses and our careers. If we are working with a financial advisor, we might create finance goals. If we want to lose weight, maybe we create weight loss goals or even health goals. Some people create vision boards. Some people create full detailed plans for their goals. But what I've seen in my 12 years of coaching is that people tend to be more intentional in the areas of life that have deadlines and consequences. Our relationships, we just go with the flow. We assume that the people we love know how much we love them. And sometimes our relationships get put to the back burner. I know that I've been guilty of it. We tell ourselves we'll make plans when things slow down. We'll call when we have time to talk. And slowly, without meaning to, those relationships that are so important lose connection. I've been on both sides. I've had friends who got into new relationships or had kids and got busy with life. And you're happy for them, you understand, but this distance still grows. I've also been that friend that sucked at staying in touch. When I moved to Georgia, I was terrible about reaching out to my friends back home. And I think about them all the time, and I still didn't pick up the phone. I kept saying, I'll call when I have time to talk. I'm just so busy. And what I realized is that nurturing my relationships is my responsibility. Of course, the other person plays a part too. But if I want something like deep connected relationships, I have to be the one responsible for creating it. The truth is, what you're intentional about, what you pay attention to, is what grows. And most of us would say our relationships matter the most to us. And they should, because we are literally programmed for connection. But I bet if you looked at your calendar, your relationships are more of an afterthought. After work, after all of the obligations, all of the things on your to-do list. Not because we don't care, but because we weren't taught to create goals for our relationships. By the way, when I say create goals for your relationships, I'm not talking about some friendship business plan or a spreadsheet that has all of these to-dos on it. I'm just saying, what if you created simple commitments that would help you stay connected to the people who matter most to you? It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. Maybe it's a monthly date night with your husband, or a quarterly girls' night out, or a once a month you spend quality time with a friend, or maybe a girls' weekend every year. I recently updated my old goals and made a commitment to reach out to at least one friend a week. And last week, I had a great chat with a good friend and walked away with some incredible insight into my business. And this Sunday, I have a chat scheduled with one of my oldest friends I haven't talked to in probably 2 years. From now on, I'm committed to, on my friends' birthdays, instead of sending them a Facebook message, I'm going to send them a personal text message. And whenever I think about somebody or they show up in one of my dreams, because I'm always having crazy dreams with my friends popping in, to text them and say hi. And now that you can schedule texts from your iPhone, it makes it so much easier to wake up and text and send it later, have it send at 9 a.m. So I want you to think about this. What would your relationships look like next year if you created goals for them? Remember, it doesn't have to be complicated. It's just about being intentional about what you're committed to for your relationships.